Hi, I'm Carla Meske with SpiritHealer.com. This is Shamanic Soul Gardening. I don't know what episode. I'm doing a long series on Facebook Live and on Zoom, half an hour a week, where we explore this merging of the worlds through a garden. And the more work we do with this, the more we understand that it is true in every locale. It's true in the garden we actually physically plant. It's true in the garden in non-ordinary reality that we tend. And it's true in that co-mingled world, the dragon's wing, where the shamanic world and the ordinary reality world interface. It's true there too. And so I welcome you to Shamanic Soul Gardening. I'm grateful that you're here. Hi, Tara. Hi, Lainey. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Penny. Hi, everybody. And hello to all of you on Facebook Live. If you've been here before, you know that I don't monitor Facebook Live at the same time that I'm broadcasting on Zoom because I am only of so much capacity. And that capacity gets filled. I'm going to do a quick call in to bring us all into on-shi, to bring us into connection with the spirits. And then we'll do a quick walk around to see how y'all are doing in your soul gardens. And then we'll visit our soul garden and have a look at something specific. Please go with me, with your power animals and with your teachers, to that beautiful sacred space where you begin your dreams from, where you begin your shamanic journeys. And if you don't do shamanic journeying, where you daydream or where you go to meditate. A place in the natural world filled with beauty, with aromatics, with water, with light, and mostly with trees. Centering yourself there. Touch the tree that comes forward. Touch the tree you are connected to. Breathe its breath. Feel its shelter and its beauty and its love. In connection to this tree, we reach forward to the north and we call for the gateway of stars to open and for the shimmering light beings who guide us from the sky to come and fill our circle with light and protection. And we turn to the east and open gateway of dawn, the rising of the sun. And we ask the fairy beings, the people of the Shi, to come through, and our power animals and our teachers to join. Crossing the path of the sky, we go to the west, and we open the gateway of twilight, the cycle of the day. And we ask for the power animals, teachers, and compassionate ones of the West to come and join us in Circle Now. And then, proceeding to the south, we open Gateway of Earth, who receives the abundance of all above the sky, the stars, the sun, the moon, and mirrors it back with us as an expression of that mirror. Us. Part of Earth's celebration. As above, so below. As within, so without. So we enter into our sacred space. Hello, Andrea. Good to see you, darling. Again, I apologize for last week for me playing hooky on Wednesday. We went out to scout for camping sites in the forest north of us, and we found great camping sites, but I, being a 7 on the Enneagram, will be trying to convince Matt that we want to go actually to the White Mountains, which is even better. We'll see. But tomorrow morning we're going camping. And we're going tree bathing. We're going to be in the natural garden of the world. So shamanic soul gardening, just to catch you up, it is a practice. It's a journey practice where we go into non-ordinary reality and we meet a gardening teacher, and that teacher helps us plant a garden, which may be a vegetable garden, a flower garden, anything like that. And that garden is an expression of our desire that we wish to grow in our lives. So we're growing our summer gardens right now. And for those of us who have been doing this along, we set our intention a few weeks ago on what our intention for the summer would be. To get organized, to actually be able to have a calendar with things on it that I follow, and I know what's going on in ordinary time. And I map out my courses and I map out my what other people consider like normal business activities, for me is really hard. And so I have asked to grow that capacity in my Shamanic Soul Garden for this summer. So far, my garden looks like a Celtic wheel with 4 quadrants. And each of those quadrants is lined by stones of different colors and dimensions. And grandmother said last week, she said, here's the deal, honey. You're going to go through the pathway that heads to the east to find your soul house. And in that soul house will be important information for you in order to recover this talent that you seem to have lost. Maybe it's a soul part, I don't know. But the soul house all of a sudden exploded this week. And the work that I'm doing with the people in the shamanic animal course, I have 2 intensives. One is my full circle intensive, which runs for a year and a half. And the other is a 12-week intensive on shamanic animal communication and healing. And the soul house, boom, showed up in both of them. So we did soul house work in the full circle class, and yesterday in the animal communication and healing course, we used soul house work to teach some really important things about shamanism, about co-journeying and journeying together with someone, and about bringing soul parts and healing power together in a house where a person can go to receive them. So grandmother did not tell an untrue thing to me. She said exactly what she wanted me to know. And she, in my soul house, laid out a new course, and where to put it into the full circle intensive. So those of you who are in the full circle intensive, woohoo, yeah, we're bringing this into life force for you. So it works for me. How's it working for you? Would any of you guys like to check in and tell us how it's going for you? I know Carol's been doing this all along, and Lainey. Anything you want to share? You're being shy. There's Carol.
Yeah. Actually, my circle used to be my circle for my garden with the pyrite and copper inside at the middle, changed so that the boundaries now are very different. And last week I saw the boundaries with the grass waving off around the distance. But the boundaries aren't circular anymore. They're varied shapes. And they're going off, it's reaching out to the waters, actually. So, and different things, the waters represent the sea of forgiveness, of love, and of fulfillment. Anger is dissipated, discontent is resolved, and anxiety relieved. The compost of stuff unneeded is feeding all of this. And trust in Mother Earth and give her anything that we wish to give voluntarily, or things that we are getting rid of in our energy. So that's sort of where I'm at.
Mm. Have you noticed a mirrored reflection of this occurring in your life?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. I have. It's just amazing. My tomato plants are taller than I am. And in the rest of my life, my professional life, my personal life, I feel the mirror effect of all of this. It's great. Yeah.
Yay! That makes me
Yeah.
very, very happy.
Me too. Me
Oh,
too.
that's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. I really appreciate you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Would anyone else like to check in? I'll put us on to gallery view. Brave souls? Mm-mm-mm. All right, then let's check in with our gardens. There is a good possibility that you're going to be harvesting something today. Maybe not, but we've done some planting. The first planting we did was we planted an anchor tree or plant, something that is of permanence in our garden. And grandmother's saying, yes, you absolutely should. There is something that is unfolding in my life as a result of having done that first planting. And it's big, and it's the thing that's really generating the next level of flood of lessons. The anchor plant is a giant tree, and I'm really not even sure what kind. But I have come to learn that we can recover wisdom and knowledge that is undocumented. And that undocumented wisdom and knowledge is held in the tree, and it's held in the tribe, the tree and the tribe. So the tribe of our collective shamanic ancestry that knew these things, we can access that. And the tree, who is the co-creator, the companion of that knowledge, who holds it intrinsically as the humans did. That knowledge is not gone. Even though, for example, the trees have been wiped off of Ireland, the knowledge of the Irish trees is not gone. And so many of our forests have been wiped out, and our trees are not extinct, but damn near. The knowledge the forest held and the biome held is not gone. We can access it through the shamanic journey. And by planting that anchor plant, that large anchor plant, that's what we did. We're bringing that old knowledge up. And so I invite you to journey into your garden and to ask the spirits to teach you something that is undocumented, for you to recover knowledge of your ancestors, of your tribe, that is undocumented, because we can, and we should document it. So I have a project, yet another project, for us to document this, the knowledge of the garden. Okay, so that's a fruition that came for me from having planted that anchor tree. That's a harvest. And there might be other harvests that you would find first in non-ordinary reality and then in ordinary reality. So let's go into our gardens and see if there's anything that needs tending and anything now for us to harvest. Maybe some hazelnuts, or some radishes, or some flowers. I'll drum for us for 3 or 4 minutes. Welcome back. What did you harvest, Tara?
What? Oh, what did I harvest? A bowl
Anything?
of raspberries,
Mm.
and then uh an apple. And a big old wise apple tree. With when I sat down underneath it with my berries, and then the apple trees began to speak to me.
Oh.
Um, and saying it's reminding me of patience and just a little of something every day builds something beautiful. And how long it took for this apple, and then it was saying that there's so much more wisdom to learn, from the apple tree, of sacred ancestry, and yeah, so there.
Mm. Yeah. So the apple tree, is that the anchor plant? I don't know if you were with us when we did the anchor plant.
I wasn't, but that is it. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, mine is a big oak, and I was shown where they want me to plant one of those Virginia live oaks.
Oh.
So it's out in the native area, out behind the master bedroom. It has to go into native soil. It can't go into compacted soil.
Mm.
I got a job. I get to plant another tree.
Yay, some more.
More trees. We're at 25 now for a year. Would anyone like to share?
I will. I had never done this with you guys before, so mine was probably a little way back from when you guys started. So I did plant a tree. My elder was there. She asked me to plant an oak in my garden. Looks like 4 plots with like a Celtic cross with the circle in the center. So I have a plot in the north, south, east, and west. So she had me plant a seedling of an oak tree in the east. And then she gave me some seeds. She didn't tell me what they were, but she asked me to blow my intent into the seeds and then plant them, and that the seeds and the roots will take everything deep, deep into the earth to let go of everything I'm trying to get rid of. And then she told me to water it with my tears. And I could really feel it coming from my solar plexus. Holy crap, my solar plexus chakra was just screaming at me for a while. So I had to breathe through it for a little bit. But yeah, it was definitely some release. So that was pretty cool.
I want to share with all of y'all that Brenda is a very experienced shamanic practitioner who is in coursework with me right now. And her work with trees is stunning. When she's doing healing work, her circle is surrounded by forests of trees who, when they do their work, envelop the client in this golden web, which inverts upon itself to complete the healing. And it's very similar to the kind of thing that we're seeing with Joanna, Italian Joanna's cosmic egg work. It's similar to the kind of thing that we've been seeing with a lot of different, you surround the circle and a gorgeous light comes through. But there's something about it being with the trees that makes it shamanic soul gardening, that makes it the interface between the worlds, that the egg and the tree, well, they both are. But the tree, this is hugely significant. And I want to honor that Brenda has brought to us another teaching about the soul garden right here. We've been making our composting with a compost pile, how like ordinary reality of us. Brenda is showing us that we can also plant seeds whose plant's intention is to transfigure us. And I love that. Thank you.
Thanks.
And I love the confirmation of the energy of it in your solar plexus.
Yeah, it was, I had to breathe through it. It took me a few seconds, but I got through it, yeah.
Mm. Very cool. Very, very cool. Was your soul house to be seen in the garden area at all?
Not today, no.
I'm
Not this
looking
time.
forward to hearing if and where the soul house is in relation to your garden. Brenda did
Yeah.
soul house work last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be there. I just didn't really, with 3 or 4 minutes, I didn't have a lot of time to, I just had to start my garden, for God's sake.
For God's sakes. I know. I was looking to tend a section of my garden, and the teacher who's in charge of that section, he's a whole teacher for this particular section of my life. He said, I have stuff for you, but not now. You're too busy. You come back this afternoon. I have this whole thing for you. Okay.
Right.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Is there anyone else who'd like to share?
Well, I could share that I'm really nervous about this.
Oh, well, you've just joined the end of the soul gardening class, so
Oh,
we're
I'm
finishing
sorry.
that up.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Mary has joined because the Zoom is going to transfer into being a soul house class for a continuation for one of my other courses. Would you like something to journey on before we meet again on Wednesday? Yeah. It's that you probably did a little bit of harvesting today. Maybe you did a little bit more planting. Maybe you tended to where your anchor tree is. I'd like you to journey, though, specifically to the anchor plant. And if you haven't planted one yet, ask your teachers to help you plant an anchor plant, maybe a tree, maybe a long-lived shrub. Anchor plant whose roots will reach into your ancestral wisdom and whose fruits will come forward to be the bounty that you share with the world. I didn't know that was what the anchor plant was, but it is. It's a plant whose roots reach into your ancestral wisdom and whose fruit becomes the bounty that you share with the world. So if you want your life to have some poipus, do this. Plant your anchor tree and then harvest the fruits whose bounty is what you will share with the world. And it will happen. It will become. I think that this is a magical interface between us, our ancestors, the Tuatha De Danann, and all of the magical beings whose lives we share with this beautiful, beautiful place we call Earth. Once again, I'm Carla Meske. This is Shamanic Soul Gardening. My website is SpiritHealer.com. You can come there to get healing sessions with me for yourself and for your animals. You can take classes. I have courses. The next big course begins in January, but I will be offering the 12-week shamanic animal communication and healing class. I will be initiating the 12-week section again this fall. If I could harvest the dates, I would do that, and I hope to this weekend. I'm going to harvest dates. Not the kind you eat, but the kind you put on calendars. Maybe I should plant a date tree. What do you think? Thank you, my friends. I honor you. I love you. I appreciate your being here. May your gardens grow and prosper.
Thank you, Carla.
Bye, Carla.
Bye.